Ready to go, man? Am I under? Tell me if I need to. Job. Yeah. All right, man, we get to watch your boy. And good evening from the South Suburban Sports Complex. This is Valor Hockey. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions. We got Jameson Charles on the camera work tonight, so glad to have Jameson on board with us this evening for tonight's matchup between the Valor Christian Eagles and the Dakota Ridge team here. I should know that. The Hawks, perhaps. Anyway, Dakota Ridge coming in their visiting dark blue uniforms, trimmed out with maroon and white numbers. The Valor team is in their home whites. So we're glad to have everybody on board. Starting lineup for Valor. Cooper Robinson, number 1, is in goal. And I think we're going to see Tanner Wild, number 29, in goal for Dakota Ridge, and I believe that is it, as Tanner is getting ready to take the cage here as they scoop up the final pucks here. And so we are going to have starting lineups, and we'll pause just for a moment so you can hear those over the public address.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for today. We thank you for the opportunity for both teams tonight to play the sport that we love. I pray you keep both teams safe from injury, and I pray that what we do on the ice today brings you glory and honor. Praise the name of amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your officials for tonight's contest, that is signed by the Colorado High School Activity Association, Mike O'Connor, Ryan Johnson, Ryan Harvey, and the infamous Parker Froman.
And we are ready for this evening's game to start here. Nothing like Friday night hockey here. We have a good number of students here, so it's always good to see some students in attendance, especially as the semester winds down, as finals started yesterday, and they continue through next week. So students, a lot of them have studying to do, but tonight we have hockey. We have Garrett Covenant in his line with Brooks Wright and Alec Alfrieri out there starting, along with Nicholas Morona and Chase Whitmore for the Eagles. And the puck is down, and we are underway in this 17-minute first period as Morona peels it away. Sends it up ice. Alfieri tips it into the Dakota Ridge zone. And trying to move it out was Nuenes. Nuenes is able to move it back out to center as the puck just drifted off the stick of Whitmore. He'll get another chance here. Picks it back up as he protects it past Nuenes and looks for that red stripe, banks it in, and goes for a line change. As stepping on is Aiden Owen. Puck is rescued there by Brooks Wright. Back up to Alfieri. Alfieri runs into some traffic, and the loose puck is picked up by Siegel. Siegel puts it in, and Cooper Robinson punches it back to the corner. Chin, who was out there for Simon Tarosian this evening, moves it over to the near side, and Coveney's got it. Back up to Brooks Wright. Wright's pass leads Coveney. Coveney with backhander looking for Alfieri. Right in just on the top of the dot over on the far side. Feeds it back over to Alfieri. Looking for a shot, but he elects to pass it over to Coveney. Coveney moves it back down, drops it for Alfieri. Bumped off the puck, and the puck is scooped up by Cook. Cook tries to move it out, unable to. Puck is back behind the Dakota Ridge net, and coming away with the puck is Reppens. Reppens skates it back through center, takes the red stripe, and runs into the defenseman, Aiden Owen. Chen scoops it up from behind the cage, moves it back up the left wing boards, and streaking in and keeping the puck alive for Dakota Ridge was Tanner Hampton. Puck is over on the far side, jammed up along the boards. Puck is picked back up, and Dakota Ridge with a little back pass. It's read by Larson and moved back out to center, tipped by Galushko and rescued there by Hampton. Hampton moves it in as he takes a check from Owen Walsh. As Aiden Owen with the puck he is hassled from behind, gets some help from Chen. Chen delivers it back in a bit of chaos over on the far side of the cage as Aiden Owen elects to put it up and out of play there. A little bit of mix-up there, but no harm done as Valor is able to move the puck out. Dakota Ridge didn't get a shot on. In fact, neither team has a shot on goal thus far. We're at the 15:03 mark of this first period. Stepping in to take the faceoff is the third line, and that's Ripley off the faceoff, but it's won by Valor, and Muir's got it. Muir looks for Carter Charles. Carter Charles, cross ice through the wickets of Jenkins. Picked back up, and Jenkins does a good job as he puts it softly on the shelf. Back behind and given chase now is Muir from his deep position as he tumbles. Evan Condon with the puck is pressed up against the boards by Jenkins. Jenkins puts a shoulder into him, and Carter Charles, second man in. Jenkins peels the puck away, has it, guides it back up to Muir. Muir back to Jenkins, off his skate blade, loses it there, and coming back in. Picking the puck up is Benson. Benson with the puck, looks back up high. It's Ladwig back to Benson, drifting off the stick. Poked free, and the puck comes back to behind the cage as Hampton's got it. Hampton, hassled from behind by Jenkins, leaves it there for Condon. Condon pressed by Brooks, and the puck is Benson, and the puck is moved back out to center with a bit of daylight. Here comes Carter Charles. Charles loses the handle there as Siegel intercepts the puck, and he puts it back behind Cooper Robinson's cage. Muir gathers it in, sidesteps the check, gets some help from Whitmore, and a good forecheck there by Graham Ferguson. And the big defenseman stepping in over on the far side was Rons. Loose puck in the high slot. Coming away with it is Feckerty. Feckerty feeds it back up to Barnes. All bodies on side. Back to Feckerty! Backhander up and over the cage. Maddox Charles picks it back up, and the shot from the point ricochets back over to Whitmore behind the cage as Rons chops at it. Feckerty's got it. Feckerty guides it back up to Whitmore. Whitmore looks for a lane. The shot off of Feckerty's boot. And Morona on the far side, his shot from a sharp angle. Picking up the loose puck. Jack Rons with it as it finds its way over to the far side. Picking up the puck was Jones. He looks for a headman pass back up to Siegel, but it's beyond him. As the long stretch pass back over to Maddox Charles as he's pushed off the puck, and the loose puck is picked back up by Levi Bem. Bem moves it back over, and the pass intercepted, stepping in. Here comes Whitmore. Whitmore tries to dance through a couple. Bem's got it again, but he can't get it out. Coveney's got it on his blade, moves it back down low. Alfieri, side of the cage over on the far side, back to Coveney. Shot, and another save by Tanner Wild. Wild holds on as he makes the game's first couple of saves there, as it comes almost 5 minutes into this contest, as it took Valor a little bit of time to get their legs underneath them, but seem to be pressing the issue here, and Coveney's line will remain. Going up against Bem on that second line for Dakota Ridge. Puck is poked free by Larn, but he can't control, and Aiden Owen puts a soft backhander back into the Dakota Ridge zone. Reppens is hassled, and Coveney's got it. Coveney looks high, goes low. Loose puck, picked back up as Brooks Wright has it, curling around on a short, as just on top of the dot, moves it back over, and Aiden Owen back down low as he stick check from Bem, moves it back up high. Brooks Wright shot, scooped up, and Tanner Wild makes the glove save. So a little pressure on Wild as he gets into the game here, makes a couple of saves. And for Coach Travis Ingebrigtsen in his third year with Dakota Ridge, looks on from his visitor bench. George Gwozdecki, of course, on the Valor bench. And Owen Walsh off the faceoff wins it up as Larson fights for it as Walsh tips it back to the point, and Chen rings it around over to the near side. Aiden Owen, and it might have been touched up, and whistle stays there. And Larson takes a shot. That one ricochets off of a Dakota Ridge boot. Puck stays in play in the Dakota end as Walsh continues to pester the Dakota Ridge defense. Larson was there. Tapped aside by Ireland. Ireland tries to move it up the wall, can't do so. Ripley tries to hold off Larson, but he shrugs off the check right in front off of Galushko's blade. Galushko just wide, and a wraparound snapshot by Walsh. Had some mustard on that. That one ricocheted over to the far side, and the puck has cleared the length of the ice. Icing is the call. 11:22 is the time. The score is 0-0. Valor and Dakota Ridge. Dakota Ridge playing in the South Conference. So this is the only time Valor will see Dakota Ridge here this year during the regular season. So stepping in to take the faceoff, this is the top line for Coach Ingebrigtsen as Ferguson takes the center. He's got Siegel on one side and Nuenes on the far side. And off the faceoff, Carter Charles hustling in, but the puck is taken away. Jenkins strips the puck back over. Benson's shot deflects up and out of play. Benson got that pass from Jenkins, and he quickly turned, and a quick little snapshot, but an active Dakota Ridge stick gets in the way there, deflects it up and into the netting. We'll do it again, and off the faceoff, puck comes back over to Ladwig as he takes a check, puts it back down low. Puck is scooped back up by Evan Condon, and Condon moves it back out to center. Streaking in is Nuenes. Nuenes with the puck, feeds one back over through, looking for Ferguson. Ferguson had a step. Benson gets back from his center position, and he disrupts that one. Meanwhile, back to the live action. Ladwig moves it back up the wall, intercepted and wrapped around, and here comes Nuenes. Nuenes in the corner. Back over to Ferguson. Ferguson tries to work it up the wall as he fights there with Muir. Puck pokes free, and Jenkins is able to push it ahead as he's got Carter Charles with him. Takes the shot. It's a flyer past the stick side as Wild goes tumbling. And the puck is picked back up, and here comes Valor one more time. Fekete dances through center, picks up the loose puck as Carter Charles back on sides. Fekete with the puck all the way down on the far side. Needs some help, hands it off to Jenkins, goes through a couple of wickets. Morona recoils. Morona tries to put it back down low. Fekete awaiting. Fekete spins away from a check and spins back down low, looking for a man. As Barnes was trailing, Fekete still with the puck over on the far side edge of the circle. Ricochets back over to Whitmore. Whitmore sidesteps a check from Siegel. And Siegel pressing on the high side. Puck pokes free, and the puck is picked back up, and Condon is able to move it back out to center, but only momentarily. Unable to control, Morona steps in front of the scorer's box, punches it ahead off of Charles' stick. Loose puck back over to Fekete. Fekete winds it back over, looking for Barnes, and right in tight of the puck drifts in on Wild, and he covers and holds there. Valor keeping the pressure on as Fekete brought that puck in. Lost it a bit there, but Barnes was able to pick it up. They were looking for Maddox Charles. He was over on the far side. Maddox Charles has a left-handed stick, and he sets up on that right-hand side looking for that one-timer. Let's see if we can do it as he sits back behind Fekete. Fekete wins it cleanly, and Chen sends it along the dasher board on the yellow stripe back down as the pass bit high for Barnes. Barnes tries to track it down, but Ryan Cook is there. Cook is able to move it up to Larned, and Larned hands it off over to Bem. Bem with the puck, runs into a crowd, and introducing himself was Aiden Owen. Owen sidesteps one, hands it off to Maddox Charles. Charles back to Aiden Owen. Owen taken down by a matching 7. Jones, the play continues, no penalty there. The shot ricochets and ends back on the blade of Aiden Owen. Owen's shot, as that almost had eyes, saw through some traffic as Wild made another save, and Aiden Owen makes another check. Maddox Charles will slow things down as he pulls it back and finds Fecati up ahead. Soft pass on the stick of Alfieri. Alfieri has a step, takes it in, but he's double teamed as Lucas Jones was helped out by Jack Rons. Meanwhile, the loose puck as Alfieri's shot goes wide. Brooks Wright looks like a pinball over on the far side as he takes a couple of checks. And coming away with the puck is Ryan Cook. Cook moves it back into the Valor end. A high check on Ladwig. Cook picks it back up. And let's see what the penalty is. I think it's going to be on Ladwig. Well, Cook came in, and I think Ladwig has a point as he took a high stick from Cook, but nonetheless, Ladwig gets the penalty, and it goes for a tripping call at the 8:12 mark. So Dakota Ridge will get the first power play. Ladwig goes for a trip, and this one comes 10 minutes into this first period.
Celebration penalty on number 8, Mark Ladwig. 2 minutes later for tripping because of the penalty. 8 minutes and 48 seconds in the first period. Ladwig, 2 minutes tripping.
So Ladwig in the box, and let's look at this. Dakota Ridge power play is coming out as Nuez. Nuez turns it back over to Ireland, and Ireland skates it through center, darts through, and as he saw some open ice, puck is held in. Nuenes with it, back over to the near side, picked up by Ferguson. His shot punched back over to the far side in front of the Valor bench, and back out to center. Puck is held there by Cook as Cook spins away from Alfieri and now works his way up over on the far side with some speed as it poked off his blade, and Valor is able to hoist the puck back to the Dakota Ridge zone. Dakota Ridge will set up their power play breakout. Let's see how it looks with Ben Ireland on the puck. He hands it back over to Nuez. As Nuez recoils, sidesteps one, sees a bit of daylight, feeds it back over to the far side. Galushko got a piece of it. Here comes Walsh. Walsh all alone, brings it in, and Wild makes a save. What Wild poke checks it. And then the second opportunity by Galushko ends up going wide. And boy, did Dakota Ridge ever dodge a bullet there, as Valor, shorthanded, had a golden opportunity to take a 1-0 lead. We're in the final 30 seconds of Dakota Ridge's power play. Over on the far side, Hampton gets it back behind Valor's cage. Galushko checks his man off, and Aiden Owen has time. Aiden Owen take a little bit of time and finds a vacant mid-ice boards and sends it the length of the ice. Tanner Wild gives a hand, but there's only 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Time for one last rush as Bem with the puck on the near side. Works its way through center. Hands it back off over on the far side. The loose puck is poked free. Fecati's got it. Fecati with Reppin's back. Fecati takes that shot, and it whistles high up and over the glove side of Wild. Puck over in front of the Dakota Bridge bench. Comes free, and Morona transitioning. Moves it back over onto the near side. A backhand pass. Looking for Maddox Charles. Poked free. Where's the puck? It's over on the far side. Picked back up by Muir. Right in tight as Maddox Charles got a good little wrist shot right in front. Fecati tracks down the loose puck, takes a check, sends it back up, and seeing the distance, Tanner Wild makes the save off of Jeremy Muir's wrister. So with 5:39 remaining in this first period, Valor survives the first power play opportunity for Dakota Ridge, and they come back with like I said, a great opportunity. You saw Tanner Wild. He came out and he poke-checked that puck as Owen Walsh got in a little bit too tight on him. Here comes Morona with the shot. That one goes wide. Muir was trying to tip it, and the loose puck is picked up on the far side by Ian King. Sidestepping is Fecati. Fecati with a matching 20 guarding him. Picks it up with a tight angle. He was looking for Maddox Charles in low, And there's Morona taken off the puck by Rons, poked free. And Ron stays on the puck. It's punched back. Fekete's got it. Fekete looking for a man in the middle. Back behind the cage, up high. Here's this shot off Muir's blade. Maddox Charles picks up the rebound. He's got it. Looking for Morona. And that one bounces off of Morona's skate. Back to the Valor end. Morona whips it around to the far side. And there is Barnes waiting for it. A quick no-look pass to the center. Ron's looking for it again, and Ron's picks it back up, hands it off, and almost stolen again by Jenkins. Jenkins was streaking in. You see the Valor forwards trying to read those passes and pick them off in stride. Puck is passed back over to Condon. Condon looks up ice, looking for a man. Chen's got it for Valor, and he moves it over to Muir. Muir centering feed off of Carter Charles's boot. And Condon one more time whips it around over to the near side. Nuenes with it. Nuenes moves it back up to center, and a punch pass on the stick of Ferguson. Ferguson over on the far side is forced into the boards by Aiden Owen. Owen cancels him. Chen's got the puck and wraps it around. Carter Charles, backhand feed, back through center, trying to poke it free as Jenkins almost had it. Jenkins had daylight in front of him. As offsides, Carter Charles brings that puck in. Offsides there, so we've got a whistle with 4:03 remaining in this scoreless first period. 0-0 Valor and Dakota Ridge here in this first period. And there you see, you get a good look at Brooks Wright lining up against Justin Siegel. This is that top line for Dakota Ridge again with Ferguson and Ennis on the other side. Off center stripe. Puck is bounced back in, controlled by Condon. Condon looks for an open man on the near side. It's quickly closed off. Brooks Wright one-hands it into the zone, and on his backhand works his way in deep into Dakota Ridge to ice. Works it back down low as he gives it up. Coveney swings up and picks up that puck. Coveney, top of the circle, has a man on the far side, and the no-look feed looking for Brooks Wright. As Alfieri was over on the far side. This line looking for that chemistry, as they've had good chemistry the whole season, at least during the CPHL. We're early in this chassis season. I suspect it'll continue. Here's Alfieri. Alfieri checked hard off the puck. As the puck picked back up by Whitmore, he puts it in deep. Alfieri gives chase. Spinning away from some traffic. Condon with the puck, moves it back over to the far side, losing it there. Brooks Wright scoops it back up. He's got Walsh. Walsh trying to find the handle, but it's poked off his blade. Stepping in was Morona. And coming away with the puck, picking it back up is Ogle. Ogle moves it into the Valor zone, chops at it. Walsh has it, banks one off the inboards, and Alfieri has time. Alfieri striding out. Skips past Brooks Wright, who's going for a line change. Puck poked free. Controlled by Galushko. Daniel Galushko plays that left wing on that third line, always hustling. And back behind, scooping up the puck is Ben Ireland. Loses it there. The puck comes back over to Ben Larson. Larson finds a man. It's Galushko off of a Dakota Ridge body, and the puck is punched back to the Valor end. Chases Ripley. Coming all the way out was Cooper Robinson. Robinson was looking for Galushko, but it's Walsh who's got it. Backhand feed skips the stick of Larson. Far side, puck is moved up the boards by Ireland, back out to center. Larson was stood up as he punched the puck back behind the defenseman. Puck is held in to the Dakota Ridge line by Mark Ladwig. Ladwig chopping a little wood over on the far side. Galushko picks up the puck, sends it back. And Valor with 1:43 remaining in this first period, looking for an entry. It's Galushko with a blind backhand feed, picked up by Walsh. Back to Galushko, right in front as Larson was there. Puck went all the way through the goal crease. And Larn with the puck is converged on and gives it up. Muir thinking about the long pass, that evaporates, sends the puck off hard. As Barnes controlled, puck will come back, and the faceoff will come back to the Valor zone with 1:20 remaining in the scoreless first period. Saw Cooper Robinson come way out of the cage to make that play. He feels pretty confident here on this Friday evening. Got a good piece of it, passed it up. We've seen Cooper Robinson do that before. Able to get some assists there. Cooper Robinson in particular on that game-winning CPHL goal by by Morona. That was a terrific play. And there is Fecity. Fecity had the other assist on that play. Maddox Charles with the puck over on the far side. Fecity streaking to the net. The puck never came as it got hung up on a Dakota Ridge stick over on the far side. Loose puck ricochets. Maddox Charles punches it into the near side half boards. Looks down for the give and go. Back up high as Aiden Owen was stretching. But the puck just beyond his reach. So with 48 seconds remaining, Cooper Robinson with a no-look pass up to Morona. Looked off the forechecking Justin Siegel. Puck comes back over to Maddox Charles, and Charles' cross-ice pass is picked off. There's Graham Ferguson with the puck. Ferguson looking to swing it into the Valor zone. It ricochets, and it's Maddox Charles with it. Maddox Charles with the shot up and over the glove, hard off the glass. Back over to Aiden Owen, sidesteps one. Aiden Owen is able to get it back down to Fecity, protects the puck there. Aiden Owen takes a hard check. As getting a good stick check there was Justin Siegel. Got his money's worth. And there was Morona with a chop. Let's see if we've got any penalties. I don't think so. You could have called one on Justin Siegel as he put a pretty good cross check into Fecity. And on the far end, I think they had already called it, so they were. Morona got a free get out of jail card with that one. So 7.4 seconds remaining as Brock Benson tries to hold off his man. Jenkins with the puck, slings it back over to the far side. Final 1-2 seconds. Mears. Pass is deflected. That'll do it. End of 1-0-0. Valor and Dakota Ridge. This is Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey with Jameson Charles on camera here this evening. Glad to have you on board. We're scoreless. We'll be back in about 13 minutes for the second period. And welcome back to the South Suburban Sports Complex for the second period between Valor and Dakota Ridge in this 5A Chassa hockey here on Friday night. It is 0-0 as we start the second period. And Valor with the puck, Brooks Wright, as he's marked there by Ireland. Ireland takes him into the far side corner boards. And coming away with the puck is Ireland. Ireland angles one back out to center, but Morona cuts off that angle. The puck poked free, and walking away with it is Nuenis. Nuenis' shot was deflected, picks it back up, and Whitmore punishes Nuenis as the puck pokes free and on the fresh ice. Puck is moved back over to Whitmore over on the near side. Whitmore to Coveney, far side. Alfieri tries to give it back to Coveney, but a good play by Dakota Ridge, and just up ahead of the play, trying to come up with the puck, a little backhand feed. And it's offsides as Nuenis was looking for Reppens. Carson Reppens, number 23, out there for Dakota Ridge. Had a chance to visit with Ryan Kaiser. Ryan Kaiser is back from break as he's playing some junior hockey up in Wisconsin for the Wisconsin Lumberjacks. So he's getting a lot of ice time, 20-plus minutes there, so it's good to see the Valor alum coming back and coming in for a game and watching his old teammates here as Edward Chen looks off the on-rushing Dakota Ridge player. And the puck is moved back out to center, and chasing it there is Hampton. Hampton is pressed by Larson. Larson, a little backhand feed as Walsh can't find the handle. Larson's got it. Larson, as he jousts with Bem, Levi Bem, puck comes back over to Aiden Owen. Owen moves it down the boards in the cross-ice feed, looking for the open chin. His shot is saved, and the loose puck is there is Walsh, as he typically finds himself chiseling away near the goal crease of Tanner Wild, and Wild holds on. And as you see a good replay of that, as Walsh tries to move Wild into the cage himself. Walsh will take this face-off as he's a right-handed stick in that left dot. As he tries to angle it back over to the wall, is able to do so. Larson looking for the handles. He's double-teamed. Walsh scoops up the puck and feeds it back over to Chen, but it's out of the zone, and Chen will give chase as a matching for Bem on his backside. Puck is picked back up, moved in. Tag-up opportunity for Dakota as Chen's got it. Chen in front of Cooper Robinson's cage, looks for the long pass as Larson has it. Larson and a good defensive play by Tanner Hampton. Larson picks up the loose puck, finds Galushko right in front. Walsh is on the doorstep. Walsh was denied a second time. Same shift. Walsh has been on the doorstep in Wild's kitchen. Puck comes back over to Galushko. Backhand feed looking for Walsh. Walsh lets it pick back up by Larson, and Larson sends a backhander. Walsh is pressed and has to move the puck as it escapes the zone. Galushko's got it at center ice. Galushko with body staying on sides, hands it off. Walsh has it at a shot, a wrister. Wild made that save as he fought it off, and the puck bounces all the way back to center ice. Levi Bem works his way past Ladwig, who feels footsteps right on the doorstep, puts it in tight. Cooper Robinson's got it, and he objects to Jacob Lard, who was stepping in tight, and perhaps we'll have a replay on that to take another look at that one. And checking our sound here. We heard that it was a little bit low, so we're trying to make sure that you can hear us here. As the game approaches, Barnes on the far side chops out. He's got Fekete in front. Fekete with the shot. As that one just bounced over his stick. He didn't get good on wood on it. Barnes has it again. He'll take a shot through some traffic. Maddox Charles picks it up, spins around. His shot wide and angles back over to the near side. Ladwood gets a good piece of it, but holding it there is number 26, Tanner Ogle. Ogle's able to move the puck back down to the Valor zone. Jeremy Muir tips it to himself. Loose puck, picks it back up with one hand on the stick, and moves it back up, back over to center ice, over to the far side. Maddox Charles drifts off his stick, and big Jack Bronze there, stretching for it. Fekete's got it. His shot up and over the cage, and with some time is Brain. Brain moves it back over to the near side. Morona's got it. Morona looking again for Fekete. Fekete was down low. Puck skips through him, back over to Maddox Charles, far side circle. Maddox Charles down low. Morona steps in with a one-timer, loose puck in front. Jenkins was there and scores. Was it Jenkins to get the goal? I believe it was, as Fekete was there as well, but it's Jenkins' goal. So let's get another look at it on this replay. As the puck in tight, and there was Jenkins. He's able to tip it, and it just barely got in. Noah Fekete knew it, and he made the call there. Jenkins will get the goal. And here we got another shot, and there you see Morona as he went down to one knee to take that shot. So Jenkins from Morona. And here in this second period, the game's first goal. Well, I'd say Jenkins from Morona. And there might even be a second assist on that as Morona got a beautiful pass from back down low. With the puck now is Maddox Charles. Maddox Charles with a handoff pass. Morona's got it from the same spot this time. Hits a Dakota Ridge stick and ricochets back over. Far side. Whitmore with some strength. Puts it back down low. Fekete's pass. As Morona was stepping in, and here's the pass right up the gut. Swinging for it. Maddox Charles is back. And Morona's able to get a long stick in on Nuenes, and Nuenes wasn't able to get anything off on it. Puck over on the far side. Scoop free as Fekete grabs it with one hand on the stick and marches back up through center. Pressed over on the far side is stood up, and the puck is moved back out to center ice. Morona drifting. Angles one off the near side boards. Puck is picked back up by Reppins, and he moves it back into the Valor zone, but only momentarily. Ireland swats at it. Robinson's got it. As he releases the puck, Jenkins calls. Jenkins far. A long pass all the way to the blue line of Dakota Ridge. Jenkins picks it up, protects it there, hands it off to Carter Charles. Carter Charles, top of the circles, and he takes this shot. Jenkins scoops back up the loose puck, and over on the far side, looks for an angle. Over to the near side. It's Carter Charles one more time, and Brock Benson taking some punishment in front as he gets a tip in front. The shot is scored. Was it Benson or was it Jenkins? I think it's Benson based on the reaction, but Jenkins was right there one more time. I mentioned Benson. He got upended right back up as he tips one, and there Benson gets it. As Benson on a second opportunity, he didn't give up, and Benson scores, making it 2-0. So Benson and Jenkins right there. As that shot from the far side by Aiden Owen.
Number 22, Brock Benson, assisted by 25, Andrew Jenkins, and 7. Aiden Owen, have a goal, 5 minutes and 6 seconds of the second.
Jenkins and Owen there, and that is scored at the 10:37 mark. So let's see if Tanner Wild here can hang on as Valor putting on the pressure. As they did so in the first period, they just couldn't come up with the goal. So it's Alfieri with the puck, looking cross ice, finds the man, the shot, and Jenkins Wild makes the save. And we're going to see if that's any better. We're losing a bit of our headroom here as it keeps cutting out. And apologize for that. We'll try and keep things on track here. With the 11:19 mark, it's 2-0 Valor off of 2 second period goals. Both goals in tight. In on Wild, and the puck again loose in underneath Wild as Alfieri almost had that one. I don't think Wild knew where it was. It was underneath his wickets. Meanwhile, holding the puck in is Ladwig. Ladwig works against some traffic. He's got a man in the middle. It's Coveney! Scores! Coveney buries it there. And Ladwig was there. Ladwig put the shot on. Coveney picks up the loose change. And Coveney makes sure of that one as Wild was all the way on the far side, outstretching for it with his glove side, come up with it. But that play was made by Ladwig as Ladwig muscled his way down the boards, looks for the opening, put it right there, and the ricochet puck back on the blade of Coveney. So Coveney makes it 3-0. Coveney from Ladwig, and we are at the 11:02 mark. And we're going to take a quick break and try and fix our audio here. We'll be right back in just momentarily.
Valor first and goal, scored by number 9, Garrett Coveney, with an assist from 8, Mark Ladwig. Time of goal, 5 minutes and 58 seconds of possession.
And we are back.
Coveney from Ladwig.
So we're going to try and fix that audio, and I don't know if that's cutting out, but it is cutting out of my headphones, so perhaps it's doing the same to you on the broadcast. So here we go as an important timeout taken by Travis Ingebretson. Bretson's Dakota Ridge squad hung in there for a period and a half, but all of a sudden the gates are open. And trying to pick up that puck is number 18, Graham Ferguson. His pass is intercepted, knocked over, and it's Galushko with it as Larson stays on side, and Walsh streaks to the bench, or streaks to the goal. Puck is picked back up by Galushko as Larson takes a shot from the circles. And Galushko with a hard check bounces right back up as Ladwig's shot is deflected off of a Dakota Ridge player, and there is Ron's as he bears down over on the far side as Walsh shrugs it off, skates back looking for the puck. That was Galushko, that took that punishment. There's Walsh that delivers a check. He's the one that goes down, though. Loose puck is picked up and stick checked by Valor. Puck is moved back over to the far side. Galushko's got it, and Galushko sidesteps one. He's got a man in front. It's Walsh. Walsh's shot as a player goes tumbling into the net. Walsh was on the doorstep ready to poke that thing away, but the play was made by Galushko. Galushko was going down low, and that puck came back, and it was underneath the goalie there, Wild. But the defenseman comes in and takes out the net. So play is stopped. So Valor, but boy, what a play by Galushko over on the far side as he is stretching for it. He's about ready to get nailed, but he dives for it and is able to get the pass back over to Walsh. And here we go with Fekete taking the face-off versus Ripley. Fekete wins it. Morona moves it back down low, and Barnes protects the puck over on the far side as he's pinched off by Ireland. Puck right there as Charles takes a shot. Charles was right on top of the dot as that pass came through. And the bouncing puck is controlled by Valor at center ice. Barnes has it tipped off his stick. Resecures. Whitmore moves it back over to Morona. And handoff pass. Maddox-Charles with it. Maddox-Charles with a soft pass in front as it's kicked up and into the netting by goaltender Tanner Wild. Gotta love a name like Wild in goal. They've also got Max Hart, number 3, as the backup. Trudeau Coffey, number 33, is the backup to Cooper Robinson. So there you got all 4 of them. And the face-off in front of this good crowd here, good Friday night crowd, as Noah Fekete glances back to take this face-off. Levi Bem is chased out of the circle. Carson Reppens comes up with it. Same result. Here's the shot. It's a drive there from Aiden Owen. Puck is marched out by Ben Ireland, and Ireland stood up, leaves the puck over on the far side, looks for that loose puck, but it's poked into the corner, and Maddox Charles with it on his blade, moves it back up to the defenseman Aiden Owen, who will lead the charge. Aiden Owen back behind the cage, looks for a backhand feed, doesn't have it, banks it off the boards. Chen's shot, well wide on the stick side, ricochets to Fekete on the far side. Maddox Charles banks one off the boards, controlled by Aiden Owen, handed off to Fekete. Fekete thinks about a backhand feed, didn't have it. As he tries to center it, puck is picked up by Bem, banked off the boards, held in by Chen, and moved back out to center. Aiden Owen hoists it into the softly back on the end boards of Dakota Ridge, and coming away with it is Ireland. Ireland working against the grain as he gets taken down by Fekete. Fekete works the way through. Man in the middle, it's Carter Charles, just goes past him. Chen has it bounce his stick, and he wraps it around the boards all the way back to his defensive partner, Ladwig, on the far side. Puck hops, picked back up by Jenkins as he collides into a host of Dakota Ridge players. Puck is picked back up by Benson. Benson's shot fanned on a bit. Puck is picked back up, and it's tapped there, held in. Jenkins looking for the handle. Coming away with it is Jacob Learned. Learned sends it around as Cooper Robinson gets into the action. Chen takes control, finds Jenkins, bounces off his blade, looks for the man in the middle, and streaking through is Carter Charles. Charles, with a stick check there, lifts a stick. Puck over on the far side, banked up and moved up, not out. Carter Charles is there, along with Benson. Benson hands it off to Lagwig through the wickets, backtracking, puts it back down the side, down the half boards, in softly. Puck is picked back up, but moved up, not out. Here's the shot off of Muir's blade, up and over. Back behind the cage, Carter Charles as he sidesteps Ireland's check. Ireland holds him up. Bodies tumble as the action gets progressively rougher here in this second period. Moving the puck on the near side half boards. Carter Charles leaves it behind, right to Brock Benson. Benson's shot back behind Wild's cage, and the puck moved back over to the far side. The sticks are active tonight for Valor as they're hanging onto the puck there. They're knocking those pucks, those loose pucks down and keeping the play alive. This time, Lagwig's got it as he looks up ice. He finds Carter Charles. Carter Charles with men changing on the far side. That was Benson handing it off. Alfieri's shot, scooped up and held on by Tanner Wild. Wild made a nice job. He didn't get it the first time, but he snagged it and juggled it in the air there and made it the second time. 6:44 remaining in the second period. Valor has opened up a 3-0 lead after a 0-0 first period. Valor is taking control of this one, and they're looking for blood. They can smell it in the water, and there is, it's poked off of Brooks' right stick as he chases it back. A little backhand feed is picked off by Ferguson. Ferguson working hard back behind the Valor's cage, stepping into one of Siegel. But they can't control the puck, and Valor's got it. Valor on the blade of Coveney in front of Coach Gwozdecki. Puck right in front, his right shot. Up and over the tip, it scores! As the puck was tipped in front and off that shot, and here we get another look at it as the first save, and there with little to no angle as the puck is put in, and Coveney has his second in a row and his second of the game, making it 4-0. Coveney scores, and what a beautiful play as Coveney was skating by on the far side, and he just got enough of it and kept it in play, and it bounces off of Wild to the back of Dakota Ridge, and Valor has opened up a 4-0 lead. So Wright picks up an assist on the play, and here Valor wants more. It's Morona this time, and a good paddle save over on the far side as Wild got it down over on the far side, and it comes back over as it's banked off the boards and back in to the Valor zone. We've got icing here, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back and we're checking our audio here, as during the goal calls, we keep losing that audio at that high point. So all right. right. Mike Shaw is on top of things here. And a backhand shot. There was Walsh. Third time we've called him in the game. Walsh looking for that goal over on the far side. Hasn't been able to come up with it yet. He's got the puck again on his forehand, looking for options. He's got Galushko, finds him. Galushko shot, and it dribbles as it just drifts wide. Ben Larson was causing havoc down low. Aiden Owen works it back as he's able to get a stick on it. Back over to Larson, looking for Walsh. Larson one more time. Walsh picks it up, elevates it, and scores. Walsh on the doorstep. He's been knocking all night long, and he finally gets his goal in tight. You look at Walsh, he just keeps working away. You don't know where he is. He keeps spinning away from the defenseman. Finally, the puck comes back over, pulls it to his forehand, and roofs it. So for Owen Walsh, he gets his first goal of the game, and suddenly it is 5-0. So Walsh and Larson team up, and it is 5-0.
Valor Christian goal. Scored by number 14, Owen Walsh.
And so 5-0. Valor has exploded. They're looking for more. Here on the near side is Barnes. He's got Maddox Charles in tight. Fekete up high. And Muir working his way down. The defenseman shrugs off the check of Ireland. Ireland is able to get a stick on it. Continues to work it. Muir peels it off and continues. Muir dancing through seemingly 3 or 4 Dakota Ridge players. This time back over to Ladwig. His shot wide as the puck back behind the cage. Picked back up by Bem, and Bem tries to move it into the corner. Back over to Maddox Charles. Charles shot and tipped aside as everybody looking to get into this one. Barnes as he manhandles Cook. Puck right in tight, and there's Fekete. Fekete goes upstairs for that one, up and over the glove side, and this time Tanner Wild has seen enough, and he starts skating to the bench. Wild takes himself out, perhaps. Max Hart in it. It is 6-0 as Fekete just picks his corner, and he goes up high, up and over the side. So as Wild a little bit frustrated there, and I understand that. You get this many goals, and all of a sudden we have a running clock as well. So
Valor Christian goal. Scorer number 20, Noah Fekete, with assists for 23, Maddox Charles, and 27, Henry Barnes.
Charles and Barnes get assists on Fekete's tally. It is 6-0. We've got a running clock and 3:37 to go in this second period. And so Valor, I don't know what George Gwozdecki said in between periods, but it had an effect as Morona retreats back behind Cooper Robinson's cage. The long pass off the mid-ice boards, handled by Dakota Ridge, and the punch pass back up through center. Jenkins, backhand feed. Morona's got it. Carter Charles hands it off. Morona sidesteps the check as he loses his stick. And stepping in was Condon. And again, this game is going to progressively get rougher as little frustration sets in on the part of Dakota Ridge. Puck is put down as Hampton comes away with it, with Jenkins bearing down on him, moves it back over to the near side. Condon looking for it, hands it off, but it's intercepted by Morona, his shot. Bouncing puck, Jenkins takes a shot. And Dakota Ridge moves it back over to the vacant far side. Retreating is Siegel. Moves it up the wall, but Whitmore is there. Whitmore back over to Jenkins. Jenkins in for tight as Charles has it. Carter Charles took that shot. A good save there by Max Hart. Hart protecting that side of the cage here as he had a good look at those first 6 goals from the bench there. So now he gets to deal with what Tanner Wild had to deal with. It's Coveney moves the puck back over. It's Alfieri. Alfieri soft pass in front and a good stick lift there by number 22, Dominic. Puck is moved back over, and it's Alfieri with it. Alfieri stick check into the corner, peels out of there, the head up. Alfieri takes a shot. This one gobbled up, and Max Hart moves on from that one. 1:45 and counting in this second period. And third period, if the score remains a 6-goal deficit, will go pretty fast here. There's parts of the ice that haven't been touched here. First period, Dakota Ridge had the puck a little bit down in the Valor end, but at this point, Valor has just had their way as they have controlled territorially in a dominant fashion here in this period. Puck is picked back up by Alfieri. Alfieri sidesteps one. Alfieri backhand feed over to Brooks Wright in his wickets. Back to Alfieri down low. Alfieri had a man. So he's looking for Walsh. Comes up with the puck one more time. Works it up the wall. Alfieri tripped up as the whistles. This time, Valor's going to get their first power play of the game. And it's going to come on a running clock here, as they will stop it at least to set the penalty there. And going into the box here is number 18. That's Graham Ferguson for a tripping call. So Valor's first power play comes at the second period, at the tail end of it here. Now that clock starts running, as does the penalty there on Ferguson. 36 seconds remaining in the period, and the clock is running as Ladwig with the puck on the right-hand side. He's got Galushko. Galushko looks for a man in the middle. That was Walsh. Pounce, bump. As it jumps his stick, it's punched the distance. And Cooper Robinson stepping way out, lends a hand. Walsh to Galushko. Final 16 seconds in the period. Galushko with the puck. Thinks about a back pass. It's tipped. Muir gathers it back in on his backhand. Back to Galushko. Final 7 seconds. Good defensive effort on the far side as Larson has some trouble with it. Back to Galushko. Pinned up against the boards, and that does it. After 2, Valor explodes for 6 goals in that second period. And so after 2, these squads will retreat to the locker rooms, and we'll have a Zam break, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Stay with us. 6-0, Valor over Dakota Ridge. This is Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey. We'll be back for the third and final period. Welcome back for the third and final period. Valor up 6-0 over Dakota Ridge. And Valor starts out on the power play with 1:05 remaining in that power play. And again, we've got a running clock here, so this period is going to fly by if Dakota Ridge doesn't get a goal here and cut it to 5. Puck over on the far side, tipped into the corner, and Alfieri's got it. Alfieri, edge of the circle, backs himself into the corner and a backhand feed on that fresh ice. Back over Ladwig, was looking cross ice for Coveney, picks it up off the wall, moves it back down, and Brooks Wright on his backhand, feeds it up high. Muir, low, and back over to Brooks Wright, top of the circle as he looks for Coveney. Coveney being watched there by Ireland, back over to Brooks Wright in the shot. Save there by Max Hard as he continues. Max Hart in relief for Tanner Wild. Tanner Wild did a terrific job in that first period. It was a little frustrating in the second. He faced a lot of shots and gave his team a chance through one and a portion of that second period. Back up to the point. Comes up and out of play. There is Walsh laughing about it here. It's a conversation with the referee and steps back into the dot for the face-off as he's going up against Levi Bem. Number 4 digs in. Walsh lifts his stick and Walsh goes tumbling. And meanwhile, the puck over on the far side is ringed around. Walsh's first one there as he pokes at it. Picks it back up, and there's Bem one more time on his backside. Walsh protecting it. And running down into the corner. Back over to Galushko, but the puck right in his skates, and Galushko couldn't get a piece of it. Dakota Ridge has it, and they're able to exit. But it's going to go the distance, and it goes for an icing as they tried not to ice the puck. They just were softly sending it down. So Valor, this is only the second game of the Chassa season after that loss in the first one to Ralston Valley. As they come back here looking for their first win in the Chassa season. They had a very successful weekend campaign at Culver as they went 3-1, only losing to Shattuck St. Mary's. As Shattuck St. Mary's took advantage of some power play opportunities. Now they're hung with them. Meanwhile, puck down into the corner. And back to this game as Barnes moves it into the corner with the puck back up high. Aiden Owen punches it there past Maddox Charles, and going to the box now out of some frustration there was Jacob Learned. So Learned takes a penalty, and we're at the 14:02 mark as they make the call, and it's going to be head contact on Learned. So in this third period, Valor gets their second power play of the game. All of their goals thus far are even strength. So let's see if Valor, who was so effective last year, they had a 30% power play percentage, and there's Fecate with the puck as he moves it back over to Morona. Morona straight ahead for Whitmore. Whitmore guides it over to Fecate. Fecate with it, looking for a little bit of room. This time Fecate's got it, takes it, and here's the shot as it deflects off of Hart's pad into the corner. Fecate looking for it again, but it's stripped free by Condon. Condon doing some good heavy lifting. Guides it back over to the far side, but waiting for it was Morona. Near side, Fecate bounces off his stick as he's checked into the boards hard by Condon. Puck poked free in a 50-50 battle over on the far side as Graham Ferguson wins that one. Meanwhile, the puck, little touch play as Ferguson steps up, but Morona racing back is able to pick up that puck as he's pinched off the plate. Barnes has it. Barnes battling with Ferguson, who wears the C. Fecate checked off the play, but Maddox Charles is line mate with the puck. Maddox Charles forced wide. Charles sidesteps one with ease. Back up to Whitmore. Fans on it. Whitmore had a chance. This time it's going to be Jenkins with the drive, and that one hard off the end glass. Puck is scooped up there by Jack Rons. The big defenseman tries to exit the puck over on the far side. Intercepted by Carter. Charles takes a nasty check into the boards. That was a check from behind that went uncalled here. Muir over on the far side. He stood up, puck in deep as Carter Charles scoops it up on his backhand. Drags it back over to the near side corner. And on the edge of the circle. Recoils. Back up high. Ladwig with the touch pass. Back over to Carter Charles. The shot just wide of the stick side there of Hart as the power play comes to a close. And Dakota Ridge is back to at least 4 players. No, they've got their 5. So they're back to full strength. As Carter Charles loses the puck, picks it back up, and hands it off to Ladwig, the defenseman. Puck rolls around over to the far side. Ian King can't move it out. Muir's got it. King steps, tries to move the puck out. Puck is picked back up by Benson. Benson's backhander scooped up and held by Max Hart. Benson picked up that puck, that loose puck, and he danced a little bit over on the far side circle and tried to put a backhander past Hart, but Hart snuffs that one out. And so for Valor, they get a line change here with 11:07 and counting. A chance for George Gwozdecki to get a good look at some of these players that he normally doesn't have up here. We've got a couple of injuries as Simon Terosian is out. Benson is able to step in, and so it gives Coach Gwozdecki a chance for 4 full lines. He's been playing with 3+2 and 7 defensemen. This time he's got 6 defensemen out there for tonight's action. Here comes Coveney with a handoff to his line mate. Alfieri turned aside, maintains control, tucks it back, right, looking for the give and go. Alfieri checked off the play, backhand feed as he looks for Wright himself. Wright angles one down into the corner. Ripley on his backside, shakes him off, back over to Aiden Owen. Owen, cross ice feed. Chen picks it up, takes that shot, ricochets, but the pass intercepted by Aiden Owen. Can't control, and Dakota Ridge tries to exit it, but Chen with an active stick keeps it alive. Aiden Owen in time, finds the top half of the cage, and Max Hart just shrugs as Aiden Owen makes it 7-0. Watch Aiden Owen as he picks up this puck. He's got open ice in front of him. It's him versus Hart. And Hart goes down, and it goes top shelf up and over his shoulder, making it 7-0. So Owen scores. 9:41 in counting.
Starting number 7, Aiden Owen. With assist for Edward Chen. Time for the goal.
Chen gets an assist on it. Gets the goal. And Valor's got a 7-0 lead, so they protect that. They protect that running clock here. As Dakota Ridge struggling to get it out of their zone over on the far side. Valor keeps the pressure on. There's Walsh along with Galushko, making life miserable for this Dakota Ridge team. As the puck is moved out, and the long pass, icing is waved off mercifully as it keeps things moving, keeps the play going, and puck over on the far side. Centering feed right in front, and almost having a chance there was Jimenez. Jimenez was right in tight on Cooper Robinson. And Dakota Ridge, that was their best scoring opportunity in 2 periods. Meanwhile, Galushko with the puck. Looks for a soft pass as he sends it through. Seam pass there for Walsh. Ricochets. Galushko's got it. Galushko holds it there as he takes a quick shot. He had Walsh in front, looking for Walsh really on the tip. Walsh is tied up over on the far side. Puck squirts free. Back to Valor's zone. Muir with 8:20 remaining. The pass almost intercepted. Galushko's got it. He's got Larson over on the far side. Looks for him, and it just drifts off of Larson's stick. He got a piece of it, but unable to control it or tip it in. Puck is in deep. As Jones over on the far side hands it off to Cook. Cook and Jones. Now it's Cook's turn. Cook stood up by a matching 14 Walsh. Gets the stick up high. Puck is muscled back up to the point. And the near side. Blocker save made by Hart off of Muir's blade. And with some time, Condon moves it over to the far side, but to a waiting Ladwig in front of the Dakota Ridge bench. Puck on the blade of Maddox. Charles looks for a lane, finds it, scores. Maddox Charles with a little traffic in front, but Maddox Charles moving east to west, takes a wrister. And here's the traffic in front. I think it's a Dakota Ridge player. Might have had a little bit of, I don't know that he saw it completely. There was Barnes on one side, and Maddox Charles finds the glove side of Hart's cage. It is 8-0. Maddox Charles with his first goal of the contest. .707 and counting as we await the center ice faceoff. And Tyler Grady. Gray was out there, number 2 for Coach Ridge. Ridge was for a couple of players here tonight as they had some changes to their lineup. I was waiting for their lineup down, so I was talking to Coach Engelbretson. Got Andy Evans and Joe Giordano on the bench with him here this evening. Gladwood controls, back over to Muir. The patient passing finds Carter Charles. Muir sidesteps as his pass cross ice deflected, but Jenkins has it. Jenkins held it there and it was poked free. It'll be icing. Cooper Robinson comes out to play it, but whistle is blown, so with 6:12 and counting, it is 8-0 as Valor makes a statement. As we don't have shots on goal, but it's a lot to a little here this evening. And Graham Ferguson wins that faceoff for Dakota Ridge. And move the puck out was Nuedes. Couldn't come up with it, and this time Ferguson feeds it back up ahead, pokes it free, and Cooper Robinson will hang on to that one. So gains a whistle, and why not, because the clock runs. Ferguson will take this face off one more time. You get a good look at him. He's going up against Noah Fecate, the captain for this Valor squad. There is an alternate captain with the puck on his blade, and that's Barnes. Barnes with the puck over on the far side, takes the shot and searching for the puck. Max Hart finds it in between the pads. So he'll hang on to it, drag a little time off as the 5-minute mark, or just below that. Fecate one more time versus Ferguson. As Fecate has Barnes over on the far side. Excuse me, that's Maddox Charles. Barnes is in the slot with the puck. Barnes has it tipped off his stick and right in on goal. So Hart, who has given up a couple of tallies in this third period, came in for relief of Tanner Wild after that 6th goal in that second period. He's given up a couple though. And Dakota Ridge with the pass. Icing is called. I was almost going to say they were almost going to wave it off. But again, it doesn't matter because the clock just keeps running. So for Dakota Ridge, why not ice it? Slow this game way down. The final 4 minutes here. Valor's got a game tomorrow evening with, I believe that is Heritage, if you check your schedule. And that is an early start. I believe it's a 5 o'clock start, but check your listings because I've been wrong before. I don't want to lead you astray there. I will not be doing that game. That'll be Guy Coffey will be on the mic here as a giveaway. Back over to Brooks Wright, and Wright's shot, and it is scored. As looking back behind him was Hart. He didn't see the puck, and the referee to get out of the way of the skater. He couldn't make the call, and so Brooks Wright scores. We're going to get a good look at this one. And here's the shot as it drifts right through the 5-hole of Hart. So Hart gives up his third goal as Brooks Wright gets on the board. It is 9-0. And with 3 minutes remaining and counting, everybody's gotten into the action. You can look at this game as Jenkins got that first goal. Benson got the second. Coveney got 2. Walsh gets 1. Fecate's on the board. And no one gets 1 for the defense. Maddox Charles gets 1 for the freshman. And Brooks Wright gets a goal there. And so good distribution here. Out of 9 goals, only Coveney has a couple of tallies. Walsh over on the far side, who's got a tally. Back over to Larson. Larson drifting wide as he's stick checked there by Rons. Moves the puck back up to Galushko. Galushko awaits it from Robinson. As Robinson sauces it. He likes to get into the action, especially in these games where you can take a chance there. Morona, the defenseman, trying to lead the charge, but he's taken off the puck. Chopped at by Larn. Controlled by Galushko, and hands off over to Whitmore. Whitmore in the final 2 minutes. Bronze is on him. Hands it off to Larson. Larson takes it into the corner as he sees Ron's coming bearing down on him. He gives up that puck quickly. Dakota Ridge is able to move the puck up and out, but Ian King chasing Morona. Morona moves it quickly, calls for it back. Puck gets caught into Walsh's boots. Galushko, Johnny on the spot, picks it up, his shot. That one deflects Walsh one more time, is able to angle it back to Galushko. Galushko with a no-look pass. Back into the corner. Tries to poke it back up the wall. Jenkins has it. Jenkins peels it off the wall. Back over to Galushko. Galushko cross-ice feed right in front. And a good defensive play. Jack Rons was right on it as Walsh was lurking on the far side, and Galushko gave him a feed. And Rons makes a heady play to knock that puck free and keep it in single digits. It's 9-0 in the final 59 seconds and counting here. As the faceoff back up to the point, Ladwig finds Mirror. Mirror's shot high and over on the far side, swing and a miss by Jenkins. Trying to move the puck up and out, but controlling there by Ladwig right in front. Carter Charles trying to match his brother's production. So that was tipped just wide and coming away with the puck free. Here comes Ireland. Ireland attracts some attention. And Ireland trying to give a couple of checks, but shrugging that off was big Mark Ladwig. Back to the live action. It's Carter Charles with it. Charles with a shot. This one up high, and a nice save by Max Hart. Keeps it a 9-goal tally. Final 20 seconds remaining. As Dakota Ridge checked into the corner by Jenkins. Backed up by Mirror. And Benson gets into the action. Benson guarding that point. And peeling the puck back and holding it there is Ireland. Ireland in the final 5 seconds. Sauces with an up, and Benson's got it. Benson thinking about it as the whistle blows. So Benson wanting to get into that action, looking for his second tally. He got one. That was good to see. All these players get on the board here. So Dakota Ridge hung in there for a period, but it quickly collapsed in the second. And Valor goes home with a 9-0 lead in their first CHASA win. Final score, 9-0, Valor over Dakota Ridge. This is Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions. Thanks for watching. Shaw will be back tomorrow evening for the contest with Heritage. Have a good evening. Thanks for watching this evening, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night.